Hi, I'm Donna. Pretty much everybody thinks of me as a freak, and it has nothing to do with how I act or my hobbies or my attitude. Actually, I'm pretty outgoing and friendly, and I feel like I'm kind of normal, other than one thing. What makes me strange to others is my eyelashes. They are enormous. I bet you're thinking that having long eyelashes is actually an attractive feature, and it must be nice that I don't have to wear fake lashes when I get my makeup done. Well, let me tell you, it's not attractive when they can be mistaken for your hair. Yeah, they're that long. Honestly, people think that I'm wearing a costume, and they're not trying to be mean about it. It's just the impression they get. I'm sure you'd prefer having your normal eyelashes than having mine. But how is it possible to have such abnormally long eyelashes? I know that's what you're probably wondering. Let me tell you before you start guessing around. People always try to guess, and that really pisses me off. I've heard things like, oh, did you put on hair extensions in your eyelashes? And even somebody asked me if I was from another planet. My answer was, yeah, but it's a secret and you can't say anything or I'll have to do something to your planet. They got freaked out, and that was kind of funny. But as you can see, I don't really pay much attention to what other people say. I guess it's just better to have a sense of humor and laugh about it so you're not crying about it, right? Anyways, I'll start from the beginning, and let me warn you, this is kind of an insane story. First of all, my family doesn't all have eyelashes like mine. It's not a genetic thing. Nobody passed this to me, and I wasn't born this way. I had beautiful, normal eyelashes when I was a baby. But 4 years after I was born, I was diagnosed with a condition called alopecia, which basically is the medical term for hair loss. People turn bald when they're old, but I was 4 and basically almost bald, like some little Benjamina Button. Don't ask me what causes it because I don't know. The only thing is that it hit me really rough when I lost all my hair. And in case you're wondering, there isn't a cure for alopecia, but there are certain treatments and medicine that can make it better. My parents knew this was going to really mess me up later in life, so they tried to act as quick as possible. They took me to several doctors and I tried a bunch of treatments, but nothing worked. And nobody really had any idea what was going on. The doctors were just mostly a waste of time and money because I didn't make any progress for 3 years. And honestly, when you're a little kid, you don't really notice that much, but my folks knew that the older I got, the worse it was going to be for me. They were starting to get desperate. Anything to help. I don't blame the doctors, and I'm sure it wasn't their fault. They were all trying to help, but I had a problem. My family was really bummed out about it. And then one day, when I was coming back from the doctor, my mom ran into an old friend of hers, a college classmate named Cassandra. They weren't really close friends, just classmates. My mom said she was some like hippy-dippy weirdo and kind of nuts. And, to be honest, she is still nuts. Let's just say that Cassandra didn't really have many normal social graces. And so when we ran into her, she kind of freaked out, seeing that I was looking different than everybody else. She actually kind of caused a scene, and it was a little bit embarrassing, to be honest. When Cassandra met me, she asked me what had happened to my hair. She was all like scandalous about it, and my mom was really pissed off, but she tried to behave and explained in a nice way that I had alopecia. And Cassandra said she had the solution for it, that she could help. At first, we thought maybe she was a hairstylist and she was going to make me a wig. And we'd thought about that before, but it wasn't really a solution because I was still bald underneath the wig. But no, it turns out that she's a witch. Yeah, you heard me right, like an actual 21st century real life walking witch. And now I see what my mom was talking about. Seems like she hasn't changed a bit. She's still freaking nuts. Cassandra told us about some natural medicine with some herbal solutions that she was making that would cure me. It was really weird, but she said she had to study and connect with my soul in order to develop the cure. She said it would act like almost right away and that in months I would have long, beautiful hair. It seemed amazing, but actually also totally weird. And we almost like ran away from her at the spot, but we didn't actually do that because we were afraid we would offend her. So my mom just politely said we weren't interested, and Cassandra seemed calm about it. She gave my mom her phone number in case we changed our minds. A couple months passed by and we totally forgot about it. But she did give us this idea that we should try natural products. And so we did, like organic treatments and all that stuff, but they didn't work. And after a long time, we thought about it and finally decided to give Cassandra a call. My dad had a lot of doubts. Even so, my mom and I were desperate and we convinced him. It was literally the last thing we thought to try. And since she had natural products, what could go wrong? She made an appointment with us a week later, and we were really excited after we'd called her. I kept playing all these different scenarios in my head. I mean, nothing else had really worked. And to be honest, it kind of sounded cool to be going over to a witch's house and trying whatever natural products she had devised for me. This time, Dad made sure he came with us because he didn't want it to be some crazy experiment, which it definitely was. And we didn't really know what she was going to give me. We got to her house, and 8 years later, I can still recall every single detail of that weird place. It was like in the movies. There were a bunch of strange statues, scented candles, bowls with all these different liquids, and bottles with words like love and money and even surgery. She told me to sit in this chair in front of her, and then she asked me like a million questions. And my mom and my dad weren't allowed to talk since apparently it would kill the spiritual connection between her and me. Yeah, I already warned you that this story was absolutely insane. Anyways, we talked for a while, and then she closed her eyes and started muttering to herself. I couldn't understand what she was saying, even though I was trying to pay attention and listen really carefully. This lasted for like a half an hour. We all just looked at each other in silence, other than Cassandra, who was, prattling on to herself about God knows what, wondering how long it was going to last. Eternity. The answer was it felt like an eternity. Finally, Cassandra said the session was over. Apparently, she'd found the solution, but it was going to take her some time to mix the ingredients and get the medicine ready. So we waited for 2 weeks for her to get it all ready for us. My dad asked her what was inside it when she gave it to us, and she answered that we would just have to trust her, that a true witch never reveals her secrets. Okay, that's really reassuring. As skeptical as we were, we decided to go with it. What the hell, right? What could go wrong? To our surprise, my hair started growing within the month. We couldn't believe Cassandra was right. I wasn't bald anymore. My mom gave her a call to tell her that it was working. She was really happy, but also warned my mom we had to be careful. She said I had to stop using the medicine once my hair reached my shoulders. That was a no can do. I realized that I wanted my hair to be long, super, super long. And now that it was growing, I didn't want it to stop. So I kept using the recipe for like a couple months after my hair went past my shoulders. And suddenly we started noticing that my hair was also growing quite fast in other parts of my body. As you can already imagine, my eyelashes were included in the equation. When we saw that it was kind of getting to another level, I stopped using the medicine, but the damage was already done. It was too late now. My eyelashes kept getting longer, and we couldn't stop it. But by this time, we'd lost contact with Cassandra. It'd been 4 years since we'd last seen her. She changed her number and moved away. We tried to reach out, but we couldn't get a hold of her. Nobody knew where she was. And initially, it wasn't a big deal for me because I would have rather had long eyelashes than no hair at all, but now I care. I'm 16, and I've had these weird long eyelashes for 5 years. I'm a teenager, and most people my age just freak out when they see me. They don't do it to my face, but I know they do it. I notice them. Thank goodness I have some good friends who care more about my personality than my eyelashes. I'm not shy. I'm funny, and I'm extroverted, and I think people like me. But nobody wants to go out on a date with me. I don't have a boyfriend, and that sucks. I'm used to being weird, and people say that it doesn't bug me, but it doesn't make me feel like I'm okay. I don't. If there's anything I could change, I would make these eyelashes go away. I just want to feel pretty. Maybe go out on a date. I know you're thinking, am I stupid? Why don't I just cut my eyelashes like I cut my hair? Well, I've tried that, and they're really, really hard. Like, it hurts to cut them. You have no idea. Nobody actually understands what I'm going through, and I just wish I didn't have to deal with it. I don't know what to do. I hate having these stupid eyelashes. The only person that can help me is Cassandra, and I can't freaking find her. And I don't know what to do. Should I go find another witch? That freaks me out. I don't even know where to find a witch. I wish I could just go back and, not take the medicine after my hair grew past my shoulders. But I'm stupid. And obviously I didn't do that. And now I'm stuck like this. Honestly, if you have any ideas about what to do, I would really appreciate it. To be honest, I don't expect much because I don't think anybody else has been, cursed by a stupid freaking witch with long eyelashes. But here I am. You probably think I'm crazy, but I'm not. It's real.